Okay, let's see if we can go live. I just want to, as usual, see that we have audio actually going out, and it seems we do. Good. So for a lot of this stream I'm going to be viewing my camera in full screen, so I won't be able to really check in on the chat a lot, not that I do that anyway. And people are showing up. Hello. Right, so let's get started. I'm a bit under the weather, I'm annoyed, and I'm feeling terrible, so our chances of success here are a bit limited, but we'll give it a go anyway. So what we have here is a motherboard out of some random PC. I don't even know the brand of it. I think it's like some 3rd gen i3 or something, out of a trash of course, and it's completely dead. What's happened to this board is it's been liquid damaged very slightly, and I've had a quick look and I think I have roughly found the rough area where we have our damage. So let's see if I can find that on the toy microscope. I've cleaned off the corrosion just to get an idea if it's worth working on this thing at all, but this is where we've had our liquid damage. So if we take a look right there, we have a via or a test pad, and the track seems to have corroded away. This entire area was basically a big glob of corrosion when I got this board, and the symptom is it's entirely dead. The power button does nothing, it draws no current when you try and power it on. On the other side of the board here is the audio IC. These are, I think, cooling pads for the audio IC, since that's probably a small speaker amp in there as well. I'm not sure if that's really the area of the board that's going to be very subjected to causing the machine not to boot, but this is such an obvious issue right here. The track just seems to have disappeared, but I think it's worth trying to figure out. So I'm thinking we're probably not even going to bother trying to actually test this, since all we have to do is run a wire from there past this corroded bit here to this via, and hopefully this thing is going to spring back to life. We could possibly have further issues here because this track looks really bad for the wear, but I'm going to have to see if I can find some relay wire or some kind of tiny wire to put on there. As usual, I didn't prepare for that, so bear with me for a second. We have some switch mode transformers lying around. These could do. What's the smallest transformer we have? Perhaps that one. I should really slaughter a relay to get some wire for this kind of stuff. So which one of these has the thinnest wire? They look very, very similar actually. Perhaps this one is slightly thinner. That's actually way too thick anyway, but we'll give it a go. See where it lands us. So I'm gonna have to turn on my desoldering pump because I'm probably gonna screw this up. And we need to wet our soldering sponge. Some water there. Not that you can see what I'm doing because I'm too zoomed in. I am a fan of the sponge type water cleaner thing for the soldering irons. They are very useful they get rid of excess solder a lot better than just having the yellow braidy type. I like the curly stuff. So let's just try and cut this transformer to pieces. Maybe I should... Can I like do things? No, I don't have my hotkey set up, damn it. Someone's in chat is asking, did the board power on or did you not even bother trying? The board does not power on. This board, like, it just does nothing. You press the power button and nothing happens. I had to play around with it like a few months ago, then I just put it in the pile of random broken laptop boards. And that's where it's been sitting ever since. So, aside from like, I maybe spent actually an hour playing with this thing when I was bored, but yeah, never got anywhere. This wire is so thick for this kind of thing, but we'll give it a go. So to those of you who are just joining us, we are trying to bridge... Oh god, that's the wrong camera, damn it. See, my only microscope is that thing on the monitor. It's not a real microscope, it's just my video camera zoomed all the way in, so I need to do that and make that full screen in order to see what I'm doing. Right, how is that going to work? That is so ridiculously thick, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. It's not a very crowded part of the board anyway. Man, I didn't even realize how sick I was until I started trying to talk. I sound like really coarse throat. So that's a reasonably cleaned piece of copper there. Right, so now we're just going to basically scratch some of the solder mask off of this here trace. Oh god, this is so laggy. There's like a 200 millisecond lag between me moving and me actually seeing my movements on the monitor. That's horrible, and my knife is completely ruined. And I don't have any pliers to break a new blade with, damn it. There. Oh, I really do not have any pliers. That's ridiculous. Oh well. I'll just have to live with a terrible, terrible knife. Maybe we can, like, use the wrong edge. Where are we? We need to be over there. There we are. Scratchy, scratchy. Oh god, this is absolutely horrible. Like, when there's a delay of more than about 100 milliseconds, your brain doesn't understand that it's what's causing the movement, like, intuitively, so it's very difficult to do unless you're really used to, like, operating robot arms or stuff like that. But that ought to be enough copper exposed, so let's bathe that in some flux and get some tin on there, then get some tin on the via as well. There we go. I have a new tip on the soldering iron which I'm not entirely used to, so let's see how well this is going to go. To make things even better, you know, to add insult to the 200 millisecond lag. Oh god, this is completely horrible. Is that working? Yeah, kind of. This is so difficult. I'm just going to tin the absolutely too thick wire as well. Tin the whole thing. I really need to rip apart an old relay just to get more wire. Let's just add more flux because this is so difficult. Oh god. Like I don't have this bad motor control. It's just that the delay on this. It's ridiculous. Oh god. I see we've scratched some solder mask off of the neighbouring trays as well. That's not good. So let's get this ridiculously thick wire like soldered to that really thin tray. So god, this is so horrible. I haven't even managed to tin this properly, so I need to do that actually. Relay wire is a lot better than transformer wire for this kind of thing, because transformer wire tends to be very temperature resistant, whereas a relay wire is a bit more forgiving. Hey, that actually took. That's amazing. I can't believe I actually managed to solder that. Like the delay on, the delay on this is so horrendous. It's like trying to play a computer game on a really bad flat screen TV. There we go. That's beautiful. So let's just solder that on there. And hope that it doesn't just ping off in the other end because the wire is so thick. The delay! The delay! I think that worked. Yeah, that worked. Good. This is some quality work. Ladies Rossman calls his repairs dodgy. Well, he can eat a dick. This is proper dodge. There we go. Is there even any trace left in that? That just seems to be entirely gone. No, there's copper in there. I think it was just off right in the end there. Now the question is this going to be horrible as well? I think that might actually be okay. Yeah, I think what we're going to do now is just test this and see if it's going to work, because that's not going anywhere. Like, this is a trash picked laptop, it's not a customer's anyway, so I don't really care. It's one of those freebies that's either going to work and turn into some random PC somewhere, or it's not going to work and go in the trash. I don't care. Yes, we're going to probably need some more pieces to get this tested. I think I have like the power button there, yeah. Let's get out of this full screen thing. And what's the chat say? Someone asks, is that the board from the Asus laptop you showed some time ago? I have no idea. I don't know what this board is. I just took it out of the pile. Joseph Neal asks, have I missed anything? No, I have soldered a wire. That is all we have done. We have soldered a singular wire. And maybe this thing's going to work now. There is a reasonable chance that it might work because that's such an obvious issue. But then again, we were working in the sound card area of the board, so I'm kind of doubting that fixing something in the sound card area is going to make the PC turn on. But then again, this thing is probably like auto-rated in China, so this could be like the main reset pin for everything just going through half of a board before going where it needs to go. I need a laptop power lead. Where the hell do I have a laptop power lead? Where the hell do I have a laptop power lead? I know where I have one, but I can't get out. Oh god. What's that? That's a laptop power lead. Ah, haha. Laptop power lead. So we'll plug that into a pink extension strip of Doom. And find the right adapter. That's wrong. Gonna be the smaller one, I think. No? Is that actually the one? I think that might be the one. So I think I have a monitor for this thing lying around, so let's just fetch that and hook it up, because I'm not sure. I don't want to deal with having to plug it into my streaming PC monitor. That would be really annoying. I have so many random laptops in this pile. Let's deal with this one. So there's a chance that this is like a Fujitsu, Siemens, something or the other, because that's the pieces we got here. It's pretty banged up. The monitor lead looks roughly correct. So let's just make this work somehow. I don't want to put it inside the case because that's going to be annoying. Let's maybe this can reach. Microscope away. Come on. Where's the power button? That's the power button. Come on, baby. Is this gonna work? That needs to go around the other way. Ah. Yes. This is quality. Ha. Plugged in. Okay, so I need to keep an eye on the power meter, see what happens. Let's see. Adapter charged up. Let's press the power button. And it does nothing. But I'm not sure if we're even getting power to the board because the adapter felt really dodgy. So I'm just gonna verify that. I wasn't really expecting this to work, to be honest. we're getting no power to the board. None at all. So no wonder it doesn't work. So I did have a wrong adapter. No wonder we have another chance. What on earth kind of adapter does this thing use if it doesn't fit my plugs? Well, I do have a genuine Fujitsu Siemens adapter sitting around here, so let's just give that a go. It seems to have a weird size on the middle pin. Let's see if this is going to fit better. That feels a lot better. So this adapter doesn't have an LED though. But we'll give it a go. I know this adapter is good. So that goes into the pink power strip. Let's try it again. So it's powered off. What's this do? Yeah, we have a blue LED now. Did the display do anything? No. Now we have a blue LED and it's using almost no power. That's further than it's ever gotten though. Will it turn off if we hold it down? Or is it completely dead? It won't turn off if we hold it down, it seems. Drawing no power. Yeah, that's not working. Well, that's a shame. It's further than it's ever gotten before, though. Let's take out the CMOS battery and try again and disconnect the display. You can't see the power meter, but I can. It's drawing like under 1 watt from the wall, so we know that the CPU is not doing anything. It's just basically turning the LED on, and that's as far as it gets. But I have seen cases where just like taking the CMOS battery out, ouch, fuck, taking the CMOS battery out and putting it back in, or just replacing it, has repaired a machine. This thing is stuck in really well though. Get out. Do I have any voltage in that? We do. Is it dead anyway though? A decent way to test these CR2032 cells is to just put your probes on them and squeeze them. And if the voltage drops, they're basically dead, and the voltage is dropping ever so slightly on this one, so it's dead. Ah, I cut myself on a bloody plastic tool. Let's get a new 2032 in there. Is this one dead too? No, that's fine. Oh man. Bloodshed. New 2032. This RAM could be too slow, but it should be firing up the CPU anyway if that was the case. Do we have any more obvious liquid damage? I haven't seen any obvious liquid damage aside from that. Well, let's just try it again, see if it draws any power. So it's drawing 1 watt just sitting around, and if we press the button, 10 watts. 9 watts. Hey, it's doing something. 10 watts. Hey, I think it might be working now. Let's get the display back. Let's get the display back. This is definitely how you're supposed to install the main board. Okay, let's be quick. Let's give you guys a better view of the display in case it's gonna actually work. Ooh, there we go. This could actually work. Let's go. Power on. Click. We have backlight. Fujitsu. Nice. CPU fan error has occurred. Okay. That's good. That's good. Hell yes, that's made my day a lot better. That's made my day a lot better. So let's pick up a keyboard and see if we can get any info on what the hardware of this thing is like. I actually have no idea. Where the hell is my test keyboard? Where the hell is my test keyboard? To anybody who's just joining us, we just managed to seemingly repair this PC by just soldering a wire very uglily, and now I can't find my keyboard for actually getting into the BIOS and seeing the hardware in it, so that's a whoopsie. How can I possibly lose my keyboard all the time? I have a... Well, I found the keyboard, now I just need to find a receiver. Oh, there we go. Like, I have this giant Microsoft keyboard receiver just so that it's difficult to lose. But I keep losing it anyway. I should turn it into a bumblebee like the test charger there. So let's just hook this into a USB port. We only have USB 3 ports on this side. Let's hope they work in the BIOS. It's not initializing that, but it could just not do it because it's just been plugged in. It responded to the power button, so the CPU was running. This lights up if it's working. It lights up. Fujitsu, come on. It's doing something. Bootable device was not found. Continue. I want to get into... What's the diagnostic screen say? It says absolutely nothing. Thank you. BIOS setup. Come on, I want to know what kind of hardware we have. Intel Core i3-4005U at 1.7 GHz and 2 gigs of DDR3 that I installed. That sounds very low end. This could still be a decent device for something. I mean, 4-phase i3-4005U, that's a 4th gen, right? Let's look it up on CPU benchmark and see what kind of performance we can expect out of this thing. Do I have window capture on this? I have a mysterious Scene 2, and Scene 2 has window capture but is not configured. Can we? get chroma there. Oh, there we go. Look, we have window capture and a mysterious black box, but that's good enough. Air i34005U. CPUbenchmark.net. 2,448 points. That's not too bad. That's quite slow, but it's specified for a 15-watt TDP. That's not too bad at all. Very low power. Slow, low power, modern, reasonably modern. What's this going to be like? Q1 2014. So this is probably like a 2015 maybe PC, mid 2014, something like that. It's usable, it's serviceable. It certainly doesn't run warm. The whole thing is drawing 13 watts, including the screen. I think I'm going to turn this thing into my HTPC. Like, I think the case is kind of knocked up. I think it's got major mechanical damage from, of course, diving into a dumpster like all my other PCs. Johannes Tonak says maybe it was just a dead battery and the connection was fine. Maybe. Referring to the wire I was repairing earlier in the stream. It could be that the broken trace by the audio IC was just screwing with the audio, and it would have turned on if I had just replaced the BIOS battery. Like, that certainly is a lesson. You should always check the CMOS battery in your trash-picked machines before you go into deeper diagnostics, because that is so often the issue. People are talking about fan spin, so let's see if we can actually get fan spin. I think I have. Oh god, no. I have a fan, but it's like attached to the case, so I'm not gonna get that because that's a pretty major project. I can't fit it in here. So let's just go through the chat for a bit. Not too much there. Someone says, I would like to know the brand of your solder wire and its thickness. This is Loctite. It's Crystal 400 SN63. This is 0.38 millimeters. But 6337 0.38 millimeters. Crystal 400. I used to love the Crystal 400, but I feel like it's kind of declined recently. God damn, this chair is a piece of trash. And I also have some thicker Crystal 400. Like this is 0.61 mil Crystal 400, 6347, 6337. Yeah, Crystal 400. It's general issue. Go-to soldered works for most stuff. I also usually have like a big roll of really cheap, terrible solder for like big gobs. Christoph Neymer asks, can we watch you reassemble the whole thing, please? Well, sure. Since you have given me a bunch of money, I will grant you your wish. So let's just assume that this kind of works well enough and that the audio IC isn't blown. And to get it together to the point where we can test the speakers. But again, that would entail installing an OS on it, which is going to take forever. Like the application I have for this PC would be to use it as a HTPC, and I actually need the analog audio output to work on this. Is it? Like this case is worn out, but it's not in as bad condition as I recalled it being. The screen was obviously working. I don't think it has a battery. Like, let's... Shit, I don't even remember where all the screws for this thing are. Ha! Ah, we're so screwed. I think I left all the screws in a big pile on the workbench like 2 months ago. Or no, maybe not. There's a bag like the rest of the pieces to this thing. Oh yeah, there are some screws there. Let's see what we have. So we have the bottom case with a monitor. Clean off some of this crap so we have some space to work. To those who are just joining us, we've just seemingly successfully repaired this laptop motherboard and we're just putting it back together. So if you're not into laptop reassembly, highly experimental laptop reassembly, then you're probably best off not watching this. So we have a keyboard. We have a top case with a fan and a bag which has like 5 screws in it. So I'm thinking we probably need more than 5 screws. So where have those screws gone? Where have all the screws gone? I'm kind of hoping they're just going to be like lying in another bag in this rough area of the workshop, but it doesn't seem like it. I think the screws for that machine are lost forever. So that's going to be interesting. I'll have to figure out a way to get it back together reasonably well. Right. Well, yeah, it definitely needs more than the screws I've got in the bag. But I have like a bunch of random laptop screws lying around here, so yeah. This thing actually, it has seen use. The trackpad is all disgusting, and it's one of these horrible click pads. Yuck. I can't stand these. So we should probably, yeah, we definitely need to clean the fan out. It's a piece of garbage, so I'm going to have to unmount the fan and go outside, blow it out with compressed air. because yeah, it's full of, you probably can't see it very well, but it's full of trash basically. Yeah, that's not going to show up, but there's a bunch of dirt stuck basically between the fan and the casing, and that always makes a lot of noise. So I'm gonna believe this ain't a audio warning, because I haven't managed to mute this microphone, and I'm gonna be using compressed air. So you probably want to not have your headphones turned up to the max. You've been warned. Fan done. Let's do the main board as well. I don't think I'll clean the heatsink. It looks reasonably clean, but I want to get everything just while we're at it. Brace yourself. Okay, now we're done with the compressed air. So, let's, what are we? This thing is completely dirty and disgusting, but I'll just use a brush to brush it off. Completely off camera because we're professionals. Just a normal paintbrush is just fine for brushing off laptop parts. It actually works better than compressed air for some things, not others. There you go. So I've spotted some extra mechanical damage. It seems to have been dropped on this corner right here because we have a big crack. We can deal with that. It's fine. Ah, great. I've just thrown the screw that was holding the fan in place somewhere because that screw was lying on top of a case, which I just nonchalantly picked up, and yeah, it's gone now. So that's one less screw to worry about. Here's a random screw on the bench. Let's just use that. Does this random screw fit? Yes. Yes, it does. There we go, like new. Since this thing is mechanically basically ruined already, I really don't care. Like the case has cracks. So it's not going to be a very nice portable machine ever again. It just wouldn't feel nice to use. That wire goes there, I think. Maybe, and the Ethernet port goes there. The wire goes... Where the hell does this wire go? Like... I think it goes for the panel port like so, and the panel goes underneath in the plastic channel. This thing seems to be supposed to go in this little mate there, like so. And let's just like write this around here. That's obviously not the right way around. So this is a Wi-Fi antenna that's supposed to go like there. Where's the Wi-Fi card? Wi-Fi card goes roughly in this hole there. And I have no idea how this is supposed to reach all the way over there. Maybe it shouldn't go in there. Maybe it's just supposed to like go loosely around there. Like so. And around there maybe? No? Yes? Yeah, that seems kind of right. And into the wire guide on the other side of the plastic case. And if you're just joining us, this is basically just a laptop reassembly stream, reassembling this thing that I took apart like months ago, and I have no idea how it's actually supposed to go together. So it could be a little bit of an adventure, but not going to be too much engineering and repair work. Mostly just figuring out how these bloody wires are supposed to go. Come on. I think that's good enough. I don't care. I don't care. This is a piece of trash anyway. So now we have to deal with all the little connectors everywhere. I think the power button thing should be mounted to the top cover before it's connected up to anything. Yeah, we have a little snappy bit there and a screw hole, so that goes in there, I think. Yes? No? Yes? Yes. There we go. Do we have a screw for that? Like, this is the grand total of screws I have for this. One laptop's worth of screws. Ah, that's horrifying. That's completely horrible. This is like a pretty big one. Big and short. This one's big and short, so we'll go with that. Yes. Big and short. For the win. So, where's the top cover? I think this machine has the layout where the board goes in from the top. You always have to wiggle the ports in place. I should have blowing all the crap out of his bottom case, actually. Let's just use the paintbrush to give it a light brushing around all the... There we go. So both the Ethernet connector and the screen connect on the underside of the board, so we want these plugs to be on the underside of our... This is USB and audio, it should be on top, Wi-Fi antennas on bottom, and we have our power plug here, which just kind of goes wherever. So that goes in there, this goes on top. Let's see if this is going to fit. Is it going to fit? It does not fit very well. Oh no, it fits well. It's just that the plastic case is all bendy, so it feels horrible. Power cable has a little slot round there where it's supposed to go. And it fits, kind of. Oh, is that broken? Yeah. So this laptop has been dropped onto the power plug and we're missing a bunch of plastic pieces right there. So it doesn't quite fit very well anymore. So that's probably why this thing was discarded to begin with, and the other issues were from it lying around in the dumpster getting soaked. As it stands right now, we have so much damage there that I think when I try to put the plug in, it's just going to pop the DC connector into the case. Now that's no good. Let's see. Oh no, it actually works just fine. Yeah, it's entirely horrifying, all cracked and broken, but it technically works. I think we should just like fill that up with hot glue. That sounds like a plan. Cue the little orange hot glue gun that could. Let's keep that heating up. And keep on working while that does its thing. So something you always need to do on these super plastic laptops is tighten the hinge screws, because these always undo themselves because these laptop cases flex so much, and this is no exception. After a while the metal inserts in the plastic will just let go, and then you're basically screwed no matter what. But you always want to tighten those. Like every time I take one of these apart, I tighten those. Ideally, you should put new Loctite on there. Turbo is asking, are you going to stream all night? And the answer is no, I'm just going to stream until I have this thing back together. So hold your horses, I'm going to be around for you to play with soon enough. Right, so which screws are the most important? So some are probably built to just hold the main board in place. And so I'm going to go through the case, and this one holds the main board in place, so we'll just grab a random screw out of a pile and put that there. I'm sure this is fine. This does not feel fine at all. Could just be the Loctite though. Yeah, that was just the Loctite. I think this one, now that I think of it, I think this one just had the single screw holding the main board in. Yeah, this just has the single screw holding the main board in. Mounted. So that means we are now ready to install the top case. And we have a fan mounted there, so we need to make sure the fan lead goes through to the other side. We have a power button lead there, which we need to kind of install. And the speakers connect on the bottom side of the board, it seems. Really? That would be a horrible design. Where the hell do the speakers connect? Like, these speakers seriously connect on the bottom side of the board, so you need to connect the speakers before you actually mount the board. That's horrible. That's horrible. So let's just get the speakers hooked up. Where the hell is that connector? Ugh. Horrible. Horrible. That's the speaker connector. Wow. Oh no, like the speakers. This is horrible. Yeah, not good design. Like, you could technically get it done with a board pre-installed, but it's going to be really difficult getting the wire through. So this is the way we're going to do it. Man, I usually like Fujitsu Siemens stuff, but that's not good. That's bad design. That's bad design. A good thing we just have one mainboard screw to deal with. So we'll just kind of force that in by bending the board, bending the top cover. Right now I'm literally just stretching the speaker wires to bend this up high enough to get the single screw in. There we go. And we'll hook our USB thing up. A USB thing right next to the water damage, so we want to put some alcohol in that plug, else it's probably not going to work right. If I were doing this properly, I would have given this connector for the USBs a lot more attention, because it was so water damaged, but I don't really care. Well, this machine is a piece of trash. There we go. No water damage on the little USB daughter board here, it seems. I'll just pop it out for a sec just to make sure. No, that's fine. Fine enough for me. Snap, crackle, pop, go in there. And yeah, that's good enough. Slam. Yeah, the CPU fan has to go through to the bottom side of the board, and we need the power button. Yeah. This is not a good design. Like, it doesn't quite fit together well enough to allow you to work everything from the top side. You just need to kind of monger everything in. But that ought to be most of our plugs, so we'll just close this up finally. There we go. We have like one screw here. We'll go with that one. Maybe we have all the screws. Maybe this thing is just supposed to be held together by 5 screws. Come on, in you go. Click. Touchpad. Where the hell does the keyboard connect? Where the hell does the keyboard connect? There. Huh. That's weird. Now that's a good design. Keyboard connect there so you can fold it up easily. That's good. That's very good. For my application, I don't think I'm going to actually bother putting the keyboard in though. Oh cock, we were supposed to hot glue the DC input, so let's just like fixed. Okay, close that up, start working screws from the bottom, start working plugs. We need a Wi-Fi card, I've taken that out. Zoom. So, fan goes there, Ethernet goes there, poke that aside. Screen goes there. There we go. And we have our Wi-Fi. I have like a bunch of random Wi-Fi cards just lying on the bench. Maybe one of them is from this one. There's an Intel something which I know is from a different PC, so I'm just going to assume that this is the one that belongs to this. Oh, there's a proper one there. Poke it in. Bendy, 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 scratch on the contacts. That's good. Let's use one of our final screws to attach that. I don't think I have a drive caddy for this. It does need a drive caddy. But you can solve that with a tape and blue tack. Do I even have a bottom cover for this? I'm gonna have to check for a bottom cover. I don't think I have a bottom cover. I didn't see a bottom cover. Could have accidentally thrown it out as well. Yeah, I don't think I have a bottom cover for this. Oh well. Oh well. Perhaps the story is that someone else disassembled this thing before they threw it out. And that's why I don't have any parts for it. Now the question is, where does the final screw go? Aha! CPU fan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a story that I wasn't... This is a Torx. This doesn't belong to this PC. Let's just take some of the random screws that I have in a pile on here and just see if we can make some of them fit somewhere. I do want to attach the fan because it can be all rattly and horrible otherwise. So here, let's just find random laptop screws. I have random laptop screws. I have plenty of random laptop screws. All right. I don't smoke, but a cigarette pack is perfect for this because you can just dose out a few screws here and then put them back in, shake it around, and try again. So we need like a tiny one. Let's try a snipe. Oh great, that got covered in isopropyl alcohol. Oh. Let's try and snipe. That could be a short, tiny one. Yep, that's short, tiny one. Come on, baby. Ah, yes. It's in. And let's use a few random ones just to kind of pop the case together. This one is random. And it fits. So since I don't have a bottom cover, this is never ever going to be a laptop again. As long as it supports power on from USB keyboard, I'm just going to turn this into my HTPC. Because right now I have something which uses way too much power and doesn't support power on by keyboard. Now that is very annoying. That doesn't fit at all. Oh yeah, it does fit. Ah. We need like reasonably long ones for the plastic case. Oh, this feels like long screw damage. Yep, I definitely caused long screw damage. What more do we need? Now we can put like one there. Do we have any? There are screws already sticking out in the corners. They must have just kind of gotten stuck in the case when it was taken apart. So that's good. I can just reattach those. Ah. So now this should be reasonably well put together. I'll put one more there. Like, it doesn't quite matter the rest of this thing. I just want it to be together in the back so you can open it up without just ripping the case apart. Because you get such a high torque when you open the screen. I think that's good. And you can really see the drop damage that this has suffered. Right, there's a big chunk of a case missing by the DC input jack, which should be hot glued in place quite well now. Yeah, that's not very pretty. Otherwise this thing is reasonably fresh and in reasonably good nick. Let's see if I might have a battery for this, I don't know. I have so many random batteries lying around. Lenovo, that's not right. Sony. Air. Nah. I can't be bothered. Doesn't need a battery. It does not need a battery. This is done. This is perfect. That's what you want in a laptop. No bottom cover. Exposed electronics everywhere. Very ESD safe. Let's see if it still turns on. Let's just hook up the completely disgusting yellow yuck. Let's clean up the keyboard slightly, then hook it up and see if it can be used. Wipey, wipey, wipey. Yuck. Human slime. Oh, that's got rid of most of the food anyway. We will poke that into its receptacle. Click. Annoying piece of plastic in the way. Die. Okay. In you go. Click. Keyboard. Right. The moment of truth is upon us. Let's see. Oh wow. Look. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see this? It's got the original protective webcam plastic. Oh, look at that shine. Look at that glimmer. Wow. Amazing. Right, where's my charger? There's my charger, there's my output. That goes in there. Click. Power, enable. Power, on. Blue LED, fan spin. Backlight. Fujitsu. It's alive. Jeez, the fan is spinning like crazy. Yeah, let's give you guys the grand tour. Livebook A514. Do I get like dates somewhere? Where's the buyer's revision date on this? Clock starts at 2014. As in buyer's event log, what's that got to tell us? View event log. Fan error. Fan error. Right, so that got cleared when we remove a battery. Now I want to see if we have a warranty date or something. A buyer's version. 25th November 2014. So yeah. Probably sold 2015. Probably sold 2015. Okay. Save changes and power off. Well, that's a useful feature. So the keyboard works. Trackpad probably works. I don't think I have any good system to boot in this. Let's see if I have like some random SSD lying around. Like we don't know if the SATA controller works. Oh, I feel like shit. I have had a bunch of random SSDs just kind of lying around here, but I'm not sure where they've gone off to. They've just been lying on the shelf right here, but they are not anymore. That's annoying. Where the hell have I put all my SSDs? There should be a 120 gig something. Oh no, there shouldn't be one. No, now I've put it in service. I should have one drive, an old mechanical thing, which should have some kind of OS on it. Let's see if it'll boot with this. I have no idea what kind of hardware this was installed on. It's some Windows something or the other. I'll just poke it in, see what happens. I think there's one of those Windows installs that has just kind of worked on basically every PC ever. So let's try it on this one as well. See if it detects. Hey, we do have working SATA. Come on, baby. You have the correct storage drivers. You can boot. Hey. Hey, we have made cursor movement. We have an ancient broken Windows 7 install, and I have no idea what the wallpaper is. I hope it's not anything not safe for work. Nope, it's nothing because it's not genuine. Because it's on new hardware. Haha! So now we know that we have a working trackpad, we have working SATA. I think this had like a pretty generic Realtek something or the other, so could be that we even get audio straight out of the box if it works. Let's see what our driver installer is doing. Oh, there's a thunderstorm. Hey, we got audio. It said da-dunk. Come on. That's not on my side. But we do have audio. That's the main. Why is my taskbar not working? Oh, that's interesting. How do you make Windows 7 make noises aside from clicking the volume control button? Do we have sample music? Kalimba? Sure, recommended settings. Go 80 gigabytes mechanical hard drive, go! Hey! It works. Now this clickpad is horrifying. Do we have a wireless network card? Because that often breaks when these motherboards go bad, like the PCI Express thing. I've seen that just not work so many times. Let's see what the chat's. Oh no. Device manager. I'm not expecting it to actually work. Hey, we have two network controllers there. This is A-OK. This is A-OK. I think this is a working PC. I think there's a reasonably high-res display panel as well. Or is it not? Nope, it's 1366 by 768. It's just generic cheapo garbage. Come from performance test with no drivers installed. What will read the chat? What's the chat got to say? Screw-o-matic dispenser, Craig Nearing says. FF screws his fans. Ha! I do though. There's an over system. Oh. I don't care, just... I know, go away, go away, go away. Run CPU, Mark. Yes. Yes. Okay. Run CPU, Mark. There we go. This is probably going to be horrible since we have no drivers. Oh. I'm dying. Someone asks what model it was. We just went through that a while ago. It's a Fujitsu Siemens A series. Oh god, the chat just scrolled. Saki Buggy says, I'm surprised you don't keep a bootable Linux SSD lying around. I just never used Linux, so I never bothered. I have my random broken Windows installs. Coinova Trademark says, I think I came too late for this stream. Jesus Christ, did you hear that? That's what the sound of this hard drive dying. Oh hey, it actually worked. We got a good score as well. 27-22. That's more than yours. Like the average mark for this CPU was what, 2440 or so. So even though I've got horrible, incredibly slow 2 gigabytes of RAM installed, this thing is performing just fine. Well, that's good. This is all fine. We're done. I can't keep on talking because my throat is killing me. But yeah, Coinova Trademark, you came a bit late for the actual repair. You just got here to see that it actually works. There we go. I'm going to clean this up at a later time. This case is all horribly bent and not going together properly. It's dirty, it's ugly, it's dripping with alcohol for some reason. What? That's literal alcohol just pouring out of that. I have no idea how I'll manage that. Yeah, it's dirty, ugly, but it's energy efficient. And I think I'm gonna probably try and use this as my HTPC because my current one, well, one of them, isn't really up for the task. Fluffy Floofer asks, did you clean the flux off? No, because I use no clean flux and I don't care. Alan Slater says, just like your taste in women. Yes, I like my women full of broken plastic and missing screws. But yeah, we're done. Goodbye. Make sure you enjoy yourselves, or whatever my catchphrase is supposed to be. Bye. God damn it.